All right, Chapter 7 Duties, Obligations, and Service to Life. If a woman is beautiful and gifted beyond other women, then she has been favored by the divine and entrusted with life's greatest treasures. Therefore, she should not conduct herself as other women, for many men will seek after her, and she must be discriminating. Her influence on men can be greater than that of other women, so she must always be conscious of its effect. Does it make them better men, and does it serve the cause of good? The attitude of gifted and beautiful women is of prime interest to those who concern themselves with the spiritual uplifting and advancement of mankind. Unlike the religions that will die, the good religion cannot ignore these aspects of life. The beautiful woman, if she be good, is proud of being the guardian of such treasure and safeguards it from polluting hands. She dedicates it to the service of good, which also means the service of mankind. She uses it as a spur and incentive in the upward struggle of man towards divinity. She is more modest and reserved than other women, and as this increases her desirability even more, she is absolutely discreet and prudent in all her activities. Her devotion to the cause of good need entail no more than the maintenance of strict female standards of decency in the face of overwhelming temptation in being a good wife and mother. The fires of passion can rage in women as they do in man, but when they do, it should be borne in mind that such driving forces are to be used for good and not wasted on an evil outlet. Men and women are not alike, and their duties and obligations in the divine design are different, even though they share the same urges and desires. The same water is in the river and the irrigation channel, but the millstone and the growing plant do not utilize it in the same manner. The power which serves best serves many different ends. The divine design sets man and women apart and prescribes for each a different form of service. Women are not called upon to be warriors, and men are not intended to bear children. Yet, the difference of man and women complement one another and, coming together, form a harmonious whole. It is the duty of everyone to study the sacred books and to try to understand their deeper meaning. All should learn a skill whereby a useful livelihood can be earned, and knowledge and wisdom should be increased day by day. As the purpose of life is to develop spirituality and further the divine design, it would be utter foolishness to neglect this. Each person should try each and every day to become a better balanced being, living a more harmonious life. The obligations of men reach out far and wide, while the obligations of women incline towards the beautification of life and enshrine the virtues. The duties of manhood tend to draw men from home and comfort, while those of womanhood tend to draw women to serve hearth, home, and family. Man worships at the altar of duty and obligation, while woman worships at the altar of virtue and service. Both bow before the altars of love. It is the duty of anyone who can to set right what another has done wrongfully or in error. No one who has the welfare of mankind at heart can say, "This does not concern me," or "I have no interest in what another does." Do not neglect the welfare of the sick and aged, for this is an obligation each one bears. Visit those who are ill, for visitors break the loneliness of their days. Enter the sick room cheerfully, as though it were a pleasure and not as if you were fulfilling an obligation. Be considerate of their circumstances and do not overstay. Each man should clothe his family decently and feed it according to his means. He should never allow any member of his family to become shabby, unclean, or indolent. When something goes wrong within a house, it shall be the head of the house who will answer for it. Though every child is born with certain tendencies, the parents incline them as they will, and therefore cannot deny responsibility for what a child becomes. When the child grows up to be a worthy man or woman, parents will often hasten to take credit, but when the child turns out to be a disgrace, they are tardy in accepting responsibility. Yet the bad is more likely to result from what the parents have done or failed to do than is the good.